Hi, good morning, one and all here. I know a lot of people from different regions of the world here, and what an exciting meeting going to be today. There are people from Nigeria, from Europe, from France, from Kenya, from so many places all over the world. And this is going to be an interesting meeting today. Welcome all to the club Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs. And this is meeting number 33 for our club. Way to go. I'm your Sergeant at Arms today's meeting, and my name is Milind Arora, and I will start the meeting by stating with the mission of the club. Our mission of our club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. The values of Toastmaster program are respect, integrity, service, and excellence. Let us all exhibit our commitment to this, taking Toastmasters promise. All Toastmasters in the virtual room, please, I request you all to raise your right hand, keep it on the heart. And when I complete the promise, please say I do when I complete. As member of Toastmasters Internal and my Toastmaster Club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members the help they need, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all the members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meeting so they can see the benefits of the Toastmasters membership, to adhere to the guidelines and the rules for all the Toastmaster educational programs and recognition programs, to act within the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all the Toastmasters activities and the meetings. I do.
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 Thank you all for maintaining the decorum and keeping the promise in all the meetings. There are basic golden rules of every Toastmaster meeting, and it's, as Sergeant at Arms, it's my duty to explain them. First one is, I request all, so see, this is the first rule. I request every member of the Toastmasters today's meeting, please switch off your phones or at least put it on the silent mode. I'll give you 5 seconds to do that. All noise making devices, which I just showed you as a demo, please switch it off or put it on the silent mode or airplane mode. Second rule, please clap whenever the control is transferred. That gives the boost and the confidence to the speaker that he is speaking in front of you. Please check for your audio and video connection before you, when you come out on the stage and before you start speaking, please check that. Please stay muted if you are not speaking or you don't have any other role provided, because that may distract the speaker on the stage. If you face any technical glitch, please do contact a Zoom master. For your information, today's meeting Zoom master is TM Raghu. Please refrain from speaking on sex, politics, and religion in any derogatory manner. Thank you so much all for joining today's meeting, and I would like to transfer the podium to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Kalpana. Toastmaster Kalpana, over to you.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Milind. A warm greetings to everyone. Greetings of the day, because we have different people coming up from different regions. I am your presiding officer for today. My name is Kalpana Chandika. This reminds me of a poem. Ayam nija paroveti ganana lagu chetasam udara charitanam tu vasudaika kutumbikam. Meaning, a narrow-minded person always says that this people, that people. Whereas a person who is broad-minded and positive towards life will always say, we are one family. Are we not proving that today? Yes, we are. We are coming from different regions and we are here to learn from each other and help each other. And we are joining through the Toastmaster fraternity. Let's all cheer up once again for everyone. Thanks for joining for today's meeting. Before we proceed further with our guest, I want to acknowledge the presence of all the guest Toastmasters that we have today in the order of their arrival into the agenda. We have General Evaluator Toastmaster Faisal, Timer DTM Vijaya, Accounter Toastmaster Emule, Wordmaster Grammarian Toastmaster Megul, Evaluators Azhar and Anak. We have Table Topic Master Tosin. We have the Table Topic Evaluator TM David, and we have Listener Toastmaster Roshan. Thank you for being with us at regular timings and their role of arrival. Toastmaster of the day or the general evaluator will give you more details about their personal, where they are coming from and their choices. So with this, I would like to call upon few guests who would like to say how they got to know about Toastmasters and what they are looking out from today's meeting. I can see guest Naina. Guest Naina, can you please unmute yourself and let us know?
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Naina. I'm from Karimnagar. I stay in Hyderabad. I'm an MBA student. English marketing. That's it for today. I'm seeing this is my first meeting, so I'm seeing what I can learn from you people. I got to know this through my uncle who stays in States. So yeah, I'm seeing for something which I can learn more from you people. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Naina. I also acknowledge presence of the visiting Toastmaster Diana for today. Thank you for joining us, Diana. Would you like to say something? Welcome. Thank you. We are glad you are here, Diana. Okay, with this, I would like to pass the control to this young lady who is always enthusiastic to learn and recently joined Toastmasters. She is a IT profession by her choice and continues to take her passion into water sports and a dance lover. She spends quality of time with her family, especially with her son. And her motto in life is everything you want is not the other side, is on the other side of the fear. So let's see what she has got today. I welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prathima, onto the virtual stage.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Kalpana, for such a great introduction. It is my pleasure to serve as the Toastmaster of the day today. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, one and all. Before we begin with our theme, cloud computing, I request all of you to turn on your cameras if possible, and please stand up if you can. It's not mandatory though, but try if you can. Those of you who were born on even number, keep your hands open like this. And those of you who are born on odd number, keep your hands together like this. Okay? Perfect. Thank you. There you go. I got my standing ovation. Let's get started with today's theme. Give me a second. Let me share the pic. Right. Okay. Well, what is the cloud in the cloud computing world? To explain that, let me tell you a story. A boy named Blue goes to park on a cloudy Sunday evening with his mom. Cloudy, really pun intended there. Mom takes lots of pics of Blue. Soon she realizes her phone is out of memory, but hesitates to remove any older pics. But then again, she remembers that she has been uploading all these pics to Google Drive. So she can safely remove all these old pics and take new pics without second thoughts, and can retain the old ones on demand whenever she likes. That's one of the common use cases of cloud in action. Now, let's just say her phone is out of memory, not out of memory, but it started raining heavily, since I mentioned it's a cloudy day, right? And the phone got damaged. What happens to the pics? If it's just the phone that had that one pic, one copy, then it would be damaged too. On the other hand, let's say it's backed up on cloud. Imagine if it's maintained on the cloud, then multiple copies are maintained. Even if one computer with that copy crashes, no problem. There are other copies that still are there and retains that copy. That's one of the many advantages of cloud. In the cloud computing world, this is related to business continuity and disaster recovery. Moving on, let's just say the phone switched off. The picture is temporarily not available. It's not available for download, for viewing, or anything. Let's say if it is present on cloud, even one computer is down due to intermittent issues, still others will be up, providing high availability for the user. Did you ever see Gmail or Netflix or Facebook or Instagram, as a matter of fact, to be down, at least for that long? No, they are highly available. At least not for long, because the cloud service providers ensure and provide high service level agreements, SLAs we call them. So what is cloud? It is the use of remote server farms on the internet to store, manage, and process data, rather than sitting on your computer or a local server. These remote servers are as big as a refrigerator sized computers, often more powerful than your own personal computers. With that, let me switch gears quickly and let me explain the agenda of the meeting for the benefit of everyone here. Toastmasters meeting in general in our club is divided into 3 sessions. First session being the prepared speech session, the second one being the table topic speech session, and the last being the evaluation or the feedback session. Now, I call upon our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Faisal, to introduce the roles. Toastmaster Faisal is from Kuwait, is working as projects planning coordinator in Kuwait Oil Company. He's a successful freelancer and Amazon business consultant and certified professional volunteer in Kuwait. He's joined Toastmasters in 2017 and been a Division H Director and President of Inspiring Echoes Toastmaster Clubs. Also currently serving as Webmaster for District 20. Let's invite Toastmaster Faisal onto the dais, please.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters today, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. Good day, everyone, because I will use onwards good day is better because I don't have to say good morning and good evening. All right, as a general evaluator, that's a very crucial role in Toastmasters. I just want to share the benefits of Toastmasters. It actually improves the critical thinking, organization, and time management, and motivational as well as team building skills. So as a general evaluator, I'll be evaluating everything that takes place during today's club meeting. In addition, as a general evaluator, I'll be conducting the evaluation portion of the meeting and also responsible for the meeting evaluation team, which consists of the speech evaluators, accounter, grammarian, timer, and additional 2 roles which are in this meeting, which is table topic evaluator and listener.
I'll be keeping track and I'll be noting everything. And there are 4 main areas that I will take care with, where is the time, enthusiasm during the meeting, preparation of the meeting, organization overall meeting, and how the performance is being done by all our role players during the whole meeting. I will introduce my team now. The first one in my team, because I'm not going to do that alone. I have a strong team, really amazing people. The first one is our timer, because time is so important. We are counting second by second. Our timer is Toastmaster Vijaya. Let me just share a few words about Vijaya before she will take over. Toastmaster Vijaya, she is popularly known as VJ in the US. She's a DTM working on her second path. She is currently the president of Saturday's Toastmasters in Arlington, MA. She is now a member of 3 clubs, mentor and area director in District 3-1. Has a passion for learning and giving back. With your big round of applause, help me welcome our timer, Toastmaster Vijaya, to share her role briefly. Toastmaster Vijaya.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good morning, everybody. And good morning to all the fellow Toastmasters and distinguished honored guests. Today I am the timer and I will be timing all the speakers because time is precious, very, very precious resource that we have. So we want to respect everyone's time. With that, I will be timing the speakers. We have 3 speakers, 3 to 5 minutes. At 3 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show you the green. At 6 minutes, yellow, and at 7 minutes, red. And for table topics, it is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, green. At 1.5 minutes, yellow, and at 2 minutes, red. For the evaluators, it is about 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and 3 minutes. When you have red color, you have 30 seconds to wrap up. So after 30 seconds, you will be probably, I don't know how this club operates, but generally we keep the red on until you stop. Thank you very much, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. If anyone has a question, because that's something new with the 40 seconds, if anyone has a question, especially speakers, they can ask now because then the timer will go on. All right, perfect. So let me introduce our second role player. We do and ums and a lot of repeated words. For that one, we have Toastmaster Immaculate. Toastmaster Immaculate, the president of Matendo Toastmasters, which is an online club with international members from diverse countries. She says our diversity is our strength. So let me introduce Toastmaster Immaculate, and she's going to introduce her role. Over to you, Toastmaster Immaculate.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words, including I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Immaculate. Now let's move forward to our another role player, which is so important in Toastmasters meeting to improve on our English language especially. We have our grammarian today, Toastmaster Miguel. Toastmaster Miguel is a Portuguese living in Nice, France. He's a technical manager for pet vaccines and leishmaniasis prevention, something he can explain what exactly that is, for MSD Animal Health France. He has a PhD in molecular biology and an MBA. He has been Toastmasters since 2014 in Toastmasters Nice, where he took several club roles and obtained ALB and ACB awards. With your round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Miguel to brief her all about grammarian. Over to you, Toastmaster Miguel.
Thank you, dear General Evaluator Faisal. Hi, everyone. So I'll be the English grammarian for tonight or today or our session, I guess. It's best, the best option. So I'm ready counting, ready giving you some us to count. So my role is to watch out for improper usage of the English language, as well as for excellent usage of the English language. So I will also do a report at the end of the meeting. And I would like to invite you to use the word of the day, which I chose a word of the day that's related to our tonight's topic, cloud computing. So I chose the word multi-tenancy. So it means a single instance of software, and it's supporting infrastructure that serves multiple customers, and it can serve them in different ways. And I also chose, well, this was the geeky part, and now the funny part, the idiom cloud cuckoo land. So cloud cuckoo land means a state of or a realm of unrealistic and idealized fancy beyond the realms of possible. I read a bit about this. Apparently, this was has something to do with a Greek legend where the birds created two realms, one for mankind and another one for the gods. And so, if you're in cloud cuckoo land, you're dreaming that you're in with the gods, but actually you're not. So bye bye, and I'll get back to you with the English report at the end of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Miguel. We are in the cuckoo land right now. All right, so let me introduce our next role player, which is the listener. The listener is so important, by the way. You have to listen each and every one. That person will introduce how that role will work. For the listener role, we have Toastmaster Roshan. He has a long introduction. I will cut it short. He has been Toastmasters for 4 years now. And Roshan is from Malaysia, currently a member of Kinta Valley Toastmasters Club that is based in Ipoh, Malaysia, which is just a 3-hour drive up north if you want to go, by the way. International airports are closed. We will not go. Roshan, help me welcome to introduce Toastmaster Roshan now as a listener, and he will brief about his role. Over to you, Toastmaster Roshan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faisal. Wait, are you a Toastmaster or DTM? See, I'm so setting a bad precedent being a listener.
I'm not in hurry. I'm in the Middle East, but I'm not in hurry like Europe and US. They are like CC and CL even after 10 years because they continue to improve on. So I have been even a division director, but still I have three speeches to go.
Thank you so much. Well, fellow members and guests, that is pretty much the role of a listener today. I just described it on an impromptu basis, how y'all are supposed to listen to every word that I will be listening to. And when the GE calls me later on, I will randomly pick and choose and ask questions that has occurred throughout the meeting to test on your listening skills. It could be as simple as Faisal being a DTM or a GE or normal Toastmaster. Or it could be a more complicated structure as what's the meaning of clouds on cuckoo land. It can be anything. So keep your eyes and ears all on the camera. Do not go anywhere. And I promise you, the questions are going to be extremely fun. With that, back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roshan. So keep in mind, Roshan is listening each and everything, and he's going to ask a few questions. I don't know if he has few gifts for you from Malaysia. Our last role player for this meeting, which I will take care of, is table topic evaluator. That means in this club, table topics also are being evaluated. That's a good thing. For that, we have a very colorful Toastmasters, by the way. He's a DTM. His name is Toastmaster David, and he's a member of Kingston Communicators Toastmasters Club in Victoria, Australia. He's also current president of Next Generation Orators Advanced Toastmasters and District Club yet. He's originally joined Toastmasters in 1986 and exited and again joined in 1993 to raise a family. He returned in 2008 back. Toastmaster David, over to you to introduce your role as a table topic evaluator. What you're going to do.
Thank you, General Evaluator Faisal. My role as Table Topics Evaluator is to listen carefully to the responses to the tricky table topics questions. And I particularly listen to the structure of the speech. It's a mini speech, 1 to 2 minutes. And I will feed back to the respondents my opinion of how they went. That's basically my role. And I'll do it in an encouraging way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Evaluator. With this, we will just wrap up this session here now, and I will take back the control to our Toastmaster of the day, and I'll come back with the full evaluation session with our other evaluators. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. Now, going on with our theme. Now, to understand the type of cloud services, let me explain with an analogy of a cake. How to make a cake? 3 ways. You can make cake in 3 ways. 1, starting with scratch. Prepare it from scratch. Take all the ingredients and prepare it by yourself. Get a head start. Probably get a cake mix. Use a cake mix. And buy a cake from bakery. Well, that's not a real way of making cake exactly, but you get the idea. Cloud services are also similar to that. For example, infrastructure as a service model. Don't get caught by the jargon. It is analogous to preparing it from scratch, where the vendor or the cloud vendor will be providing all the raw materials to prepare the cake. So the cloud service provider will be providing the infrastructure to the user, and the rest will be taken care by the user himself. Like maintaining the infrastructure, may it be updating the patches, may it be updating the software and all. That is infrastructure as a service model. Coming to PaaS, platform as a service model. In this model, it is very much analogous to getting a cake mix, wherein the cake mix, everything is ready and you just have to prepare your own cake. The analogy here is you just have to, the platform operating system or the middleware is provided to the user, and the user need to just manage their application and data. So everything is available just like the cake mix, but the management has to be done at an application and data level. So your pics you need to maintain, and the if it is an example of a Google Drive, then you have to also maintain the application for maintaining those pictures. And coming to the SaaS model, that is software as a service model. It is very much analogous to buying and consuming a cake from the bakery itself. That is user will have the service ready for the user to consume. So this is the example where I was talking about the mother of Blue, who was directly using Google Drive service. She just needs to use it upload her pics and download it. It is as simple as that. Now, let us start with our prepared speech session. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Manoranjini, who is the evaluator for our first speaker, Toastmaster Anto John, onto the stage to read out the objectives of Toastmaster Anto John's speech. Toastmaster Manoranjini.
Thank you, TMoD Prathima. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a warm good evening and my special greetings to Toastmaster Anto, my target speaker. As many of you know, I am Manoranjini. I am an advocate and insolvency professional. Today, I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Anto on his L1P2 project. The purpose of this project is for Toastmaster Anto to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech and to receive the feedback from the evaluator. His speech is the second attempt, keeping in mind the feedback he got in the first attempt, and I'm sure he will do a great job. Good luck, Toastmaster Anto. And over to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Prathima.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoranjini. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Anto John, is business consultant for technology-related SMEs and startups, helping them with business development and business remote teams for startups. He is a member of Toastmasters Club of Hyderabad Entrepreneurs from June 2021. He has taken break in his Toastmasters journey in the past, and he's now joined recently our club. As the saying goes, once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. I'd like to give it upon to Toastmaster Anto John, the virtual dais. Toastmaster Anto John, could you do a quick audio and video check?
TMoD of the day, am I audible and can everyone see me?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Could you also confirm if you can see the timer cards?
Timer, Vijaya, would it be possible to change the colors so that I can see? Yes, I can see the timer's background changing. Yes, that's a confirmation.
Great. Toastmaster Anto John, go beyond Toastmaster Anto John. All yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prathima. Like you said rightly, once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. Friends, when was the last time you stepped outside your comfort zone? When I looked at my life, I noticed every time I won or achieved something significant and grew significantly in life, I stepped outside my comfort zone. And I realized there's a common pattern in all these events. One, you learn something new. Two, initially the task is difficult and you fail often. And three, with practice, you eventually win. So basically, you learn and fail, but with practice, you win. Toastmasters of the day, Toastmasters and guests. Yes, every time I grew significantly in life, I stepped outside my comfort zone. Now I want to explain this with a small example from my life. As rightly put by Toastmaster Prathima, previously I was a Toastmaster. And back in 2016, I'd finished 2 years with Toastmasters. Slowly, my speaking skills had improved at that point. I'd started winning Best Speaker awards and even won an area level speaking contest. But I started becoming cozy, comfortable, and complacent. I was happy with where I was, and I was not growing. Later that year, I was pushed outside my comfort zone when my cousin Deepak asked me, Anto, would you be the MC at my wedding? And I told him yes. But unlike any other speaking opportunity that I'd agreed with, there were a couple of challenges. Firstly, this event, the wedding, was to happen in Australia because my cousin was settled in Australia, like Mr. David is. And 80% of the audience were Australians. I, for one, have never spoken outside India, and I was nervous. Secondly, unlike the formal big fat Indian wedding, the emceeing role is quite formal. But at Australia, the event was very intimate with close friends and family. I was required to give personalized stories and anecdotes, Be entertaining, yet bring a tear to the audience's eyes, something that I was not familiar with. I was extremely nervous with all these challenges put across to me. Now, once I reached Australia, to add fuel to the fire, my relatives asked me, Anto, would you be able to do this? Are you up for this role? And one of my uncles even told me, Anto, do not embarrass us. Make India proud. Now, with all these challenges and the weight of the nation on my shoulders, you can guess how this role would have gone. At the day of the wedding, I started and I failed to begin miserably. I was nervous and the audience could tell. But as the event progressed, I slowly started becoming comfortable. Even somewhere during the midst of my role, I cracked a joke and the audience laughed. I was happy. Things were going fine. Finally, I made it across the event and even got compliments from total strangers. What this event told me is that I was able to grow significantly outside my comfort zone, both personally and with my career. Once I was back in India, I started practicing relentlessly, trying to improve on my speaking skills. Later that year, I qualified for the Toastmasters district finals for impromptu speaking and even represented my company at global conferences and events. It is only when I decided to step outside my club and speak, step outside my comfort zone, did I grow with my speaking skills. So basically, you learn and fail, but with practice, you will certainly win. Now, let me explain this further. Let's take the great achievers of the world. They frequently push themselves outside their comfort zone. How many of you saw Jeff Bezos and his space endeavors last week? So a couple of hands over there. Now, did you know that that spacecraft that went outside was tested or practiced upon 15 times before it went outside into outer space? And even one time the fuel rocket exploded. Now, Jeff Bezos could have said, you know, I'm the richest man in the world. I created Amazon, but I'll pass going to space. But no, he decided to make himself uncomfortable. Go the extra mile, go where no one has gone. He went to space and he grew the boundaries of his own personal capacity as well as the boundaries of humanity and what it can achieve. Friends, growth in life is when you are willing to go where no one else has gone. You're willing to do what no one else has been able to do. But what I want to really tell you, Toastmasters, is that we are born with the capability to challenge our comfort zone. Each and every one of you can just take the example of when you started walking as a child. You first would have tried to stand up several times, but you fell down several times as well. Once you learned how to stand, you started walking, but then you again started falling several times again. But once you learned how to walk, not only were you walking, but you started running as well. So friends, you learn and then fail. And with practice, you win. So Toastmasters and friends, this is the message that I want to say. The other day, I often do not speak outside in different clubs, but I decided I need to go out and give more speeches outside my clubs, outside my club. And yesterday I went to Deloitte Hyderabad, gave a speech, got uncomfortable, and I got some feedback and I learned something. I hope to inculcate something in this speech, do it even better. And I'm sure this is a learning and winning experience for me. So I exalt to each and every member over here. Go outside your zone of comfort. Unleash and break the boundaries that you have set previously for yourself. For outside your comfort zone is growth. Outside your comfort zone is victory. You will learn and fail, but with practice, you will certainly win. Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anto John. That is very relatable and inspiring speech about comfort zone. And you definitely went above and beyond with your speech as well. Thank you again. I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Hazar, who is the evaluator of our second speaker, Toastmaster Shiva, onto the stage to read out the objectives of Toastmaster Shiva's speech.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster. Just DTM Vijaya, please keep the card on green,
Yes.
yellow, and red so that
I
the
wanted
speaker
to
can see.
clarify that. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
So second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Hazar, I invite you onto the dais.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prathima. I'm Hajar. I'm from the Eloquent Leaders Toastmasters Club from Morocco. So I am the evaluator of Pshiva. Pshiva's pathway is dynamic leadership, and he is in his second level, and the project one, project two, evaluation and feedback one, with the title PPIT, and he will be talking about the public speaking. And the purpose of this project is to present a speech on a topic, and to receive the feedback and apply it to a second speech. Thank you, Toastmaster, and good luck for you, Shiva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hazar. Now our second speaker, Toastmaster Shiva Kumar, is from Hyderabad, and he's an immigration consultant by profession. Many of his friends and colleagues say that he's friendly and is a perfectionist. He spends his free time in reading news articles, meeting new people, and playing with his kids. Toastmaster Shiva Kumar, could you please do a quick audio video check?
Yeah, hello everyone. Is my voice audible and am I visible clearly?
Yes, you're audible and visible, but
Thank you.
you might want to remove your background, virtual background. It might be sometimes blurring your hands.
Okay. In that case, I will need 1 minute of time. Just
Sure.
I'll quickly check. Is it better now?
Yes. Okay. Can you just move your hands? Yeah. Yeah, still fine. Okay. Can you also see the timer cards and confirm if you can see them? Yes.
Yeah,
That's great. Okay. In that case, Toastmaster Shiva, PPIT, Toastmaster Shiva. All yours.
Thank you so much, TMoD, Prathima. There are always 3 speeches for everyone you actually gave. The one you practiced, the one you gave, and the one you wish you gave, by Dale Carnegie. And I personally feel it's completely true. Dear Toastmasters and the guests, very good evening to all of you. Today, I'm going to speak about a strategy which can help us improve our public speeches. Is it not one of the reasons why we meet every week in our Toastmasters Club? Let me share my personal story pertaining to the public speaking. Year 2009, I won Best Performer Award in my first company. I was on the stage collecting my award, and that was the first time I faced glossophobia, because I was asked to speak a few lines by the host on the stage, but I was tongue-tied and broke out in a cold sweat as my mind went completely blank. I felt very embarrassed in front of everyone there. That pushed me to start working on my public speaking skills. Eventually, I learned of strategy, PPIT, and it really worked well when I applied in a couple of occasions, and I was applauded as well. Let me explain it further. The first letter P in the strategy PPIT means people. In view of the story that I just shared with you, if you are in an awards function in your office, and if you are asked to speak suddenly, by applying this trick, you can start speaking about people first in front of you. It may be your supervisors, your management team, your colleagues, your subordinates, anybody around you in this meeting. You can go something like this. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really glad to be sharing this stage with you all today. I personally like and admire our operations manager, Vivek, for the way he handles things. I enjoy company of my colleagues and supervisors in the office. In fact, they have been a wonderful support so far for me towards winning the award today. Something like this about people around you, the first P. Then you can come to the second P, which means place. As it is an awards function in your office, you can there speak a few lines about your office. Anything, infrastructure, environment, or culture. For example, you can say, I feel very confident and comfortable sitting among my colleagues and my supervisors on the floor. Every day, the moment I enter office, I feel very positive and energetic because of its friendly ambience. To me, it's my second home because a lot of time I spend in this office every day. Something like this about your office, second P. Then you can move on with the third letter, that is I, which stands for incident. Here, in the given example, the incident is awards function. So there you can speak a few lines about the awards function. Something like, as an award winner today, I feel really proud standing in front of you all. Award functions like this, I think, are really conducive because they keep us motivated to work hard to become better speakers. And eventually it leads to a healthy, competitive working environment. Maybe something like this about the incident, the awards function there. Then you can move on with the last letter in the strategy, time. Here you can divide it into three parts, the past, present, and future in accordance with the incident, awards function. So you can go something like this. My experience working with my previous companies has been completely different, as I never witnessed and experienced any awards function like this. But winning an award today feels very special, and I'm really happy for this. Something like that about the time in accordance with the incident. Now you can combine all the lines that you framed related to each of these areas, people, place, incident, and time. And if you see, it would become easily a content of 20-25 lines. And I think that will easily cover 2 to 3 minutes of time to deliver as a speech. Don't you think it's enough when you're suddenly asked to give a speech on the stage? So my dear Toastmasters and the guests, this is the strategy you can use. PPIT, people, place, incident, and time. And remember, it can be applied only for impromptu speeches without topic and not for prepared speeches at all. Public speaking being one of the essential learning areas in Toastmasters, I definitely feel knowing strategies like this makes complete sense and would be really helpful. By applying this strategy, you need not try to remember as you tend to do when giving prepared speeches. Because what you're speaking is very generic. People, place, incident, and time for which you don't need any prior preparation, I believe. With this, you will be able to leave a lasting impression on your audience. And ultimately, you will become an extempore speaker. So these are the benefits of this strategy, PPIT, my dear Toastmasters and the guests. I believe you all liked it, and I hope you will try to use it wherever needed in your future. Thank you so much, and over to you, TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivakumar. I think that's very informative and creative speech about public speaking. And I hope to apply PPIT in my impromptu public speaking situations as well. Now, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Enoch, who is the evaluator for our third speaker, Toastmaster Miriam, onto this virtual dais to read out the objectives of Toastmaster Miriam's speech. Toastmaster Enoch.
here. Sorry, I was unmuting. Oh, greetings, Toastmasters and guests. Today, I was about to say this evening because it's evening here, but today I've been given a chance or an opportunity to evaluate none other than Toastmaster Miriam Murenga. Well, for this time, I'm going to be introducing her, and she is going to be attempting her first project in level 1. And this project is mainly about how to lead a team during a project. And the title of it is Leading Your Team. Toastmaster Miriam Murenga, the objectives of this speech or this project is to show that you led a small team to the completion of a project, and you are supposed to share the aspects of leading that team. Upon other things, as you providing or speaking, you are supposed to give us some of those nuances of what you expect from a Toastmaster speech. That is a very good body, a very good introduction and conclusion. You also have to be very clear. There's supposed to be some vocal variety, eye contact, gestures, audience awareness, comfort level, interest, and an amazing topic. Toastmaster Miriam Murenga's topic or this title is Finishing Strong. Finish strong. Finish strong. Toastmaster Miriam Murenga. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Enoch. Our third speaker, Miriam Murenga, is from Zimbabwe. She is a sales and marketing professional with more than 15 years of experience in the chemical and FMCG industries. She is passionate about leadership and communication because it's those who know how to speak who will lead the world. She is the immediate past president of Diplomatic Corps Toastmasters Club, and she is a firm believer in continuous personal development. She's an entrepreneur who believes in entrepreneurship that impacts her family first and her community. And she's also a co-founder of Trudimera, a company that produces handmade fashion accessories. She loves traveling too. Toastmaster Miriam, I request you to be on to the dais. Are you able to, could you please quickly check audio and video?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you also see the timer cards and confirm?
Yes, I can see the timer.
Great. Toastmaster Miriam, finish strong, Toastmaster Miriam. All yours.
One of my favorite quotes is by Marianne Williamson. I will paraphrase it. She says, "Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is not our light, but our darkness that frightens us. We often ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant? Who am I to be talented? Who am I to be fabulous? But actually, who am I not to be talented? Who am I not to be fabulous?" During the just ended Toastmasters year, I was nominated to be president for my club. And I asked myself the question, who am I to be president? I was frightened. I'd never done this before. I had no prior experience. But then I reminded myself that in Toastmasters, we learn on the job. I said to myself, who am I not to be president? I made the decision to jump into the deep end, and I decided to take up the role, not because I knew any better, but I know that This was an experience that was going to make me a better leader and a better person. It was a roller coaster journey. Why do I say so? Because I took up this role at the peak of the pandemic. The whole world was in panic mode. People were not sure what is going on. Everyone was worried. We were in total lockdown. We lost quite a number of our club members because they just stopped attending Toastmasters, because everyone was facing challenges during that time. It was a difficult time to lead people. It was even more difficult to convince people to attend meetings because they had more serious issues to attend to. A lot of people lost their loved ones. A lot of people lost their sources of income. So Toastmasters was the least of their problems. So it was during such a time where I had to lead my club. And more so, we were actually moving from physical meetings to online meetings. And for most people, this was not a comfortable situation. And because of that, they also dropped out of Toastmasters. I want to explain the challenges that I faced during this period and what I did to overcome and finish strong as a leader of my club. We started off our year with only 8 members. And out of those 8 members, only a few could manage to attend meetings. Network was always an issue. Data is a challenge. People were not financially stable. So there were all sorts of challenges that we were facing. But we moved on. We never missed a single meeting. Towards the beginning of this year, in May, me and my team, we decided to organize an open house meeting. Again, this is something that I'd never attempted. I was not even sure what an open house meeting is, but I knew that it is an opportunity to showcase what Toastmasters is all about and to invite new members to join Toastmasters. So we decided to embark on this project with my team. We gave ourselves 2 weeks to organize an open house meeting. It was also a roller coaster of a journey because this is something that I'd never done. It is something that I'd never experienced. But I said to myself, I will learn on the job, and we decided to run with it. We marketed this event. We made a lot of noise about this event. We would advertise on our social media platform on a daily basis. We were targeting to get 150 registrants. And I am excited to say we managed to register more than 100 registrants. We did know that not everyone will be able to attend the meeting, but we're excited about the noise that we managed to make, about the interest that we managed to create so that people wanted to come for the meeting. And on the day of the meeting, more than 50 people attended the meeting. This was a huge success for my club because we'd never ever held such a huge meeting with so many people attending. And out of that meeting, we immediately managed to register 6 new members, which pushed our club from 8 members to 14 members. And we closed the year on 14 members. And we did get an award for finishing strong. And I did learn a few things, leadership principles that I applied during this time. I learned to motivate my team. I learned to set goals and to plan. I learned servant leadership. As a leader, I learned to delegate to myself first and then to others. And I learned to plan in advance. Fellow Toastmasters, let me conclude by saying that every dream needs a vision. Every vision needs a plan. Every plan needs a team, and every team needs a leader. And it is the team that makes the dream work. And we managed to finish strong, and we got an award that I'm pleased to share today as we finished strong as Diplomatical Club. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Miriam. You have finished strong indeed on the speech too. Now, distinguished Toastmaster Vijaya, could you please share us the timing report for speeches and confirm if all the speakers are on time and qualified?
Yes. Speaker number 1, 5 to 7 minutes, took 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Speaker number 2, 5 to 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Speaker number 3, 5 to 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Thank you, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Vijaya, for the report. Now I request Zoom Master to launch poll for the best speaker. We'll give it a few more minutes, few more seconds. Zoom Master, could you confirm if we captured all the votes?
It's 4 more votes, but I think 1, 2, 3, we are done.
Thanks, Zoom Master, distinguished Toastmaster Raghu. Now, thanks everyone for voting as well. Now, going on with our theme, some well-known companies who have moved to cloud. You must have heard of these giants: Netflix, Xerox, Pinterest. Netflix. The movie streaming chain dealt with every business favorite problem, that is handling huge numbers of customers. When Netflix found that it was outpacing its traditional model of on-prem data centers capabilities, it turned towards the cloud for helping with scalability. Scalability is meeting the demand. If it is more, then it's at the peak hours, it still has to cater for the need. So in order to meet those spikes in demand and lulls in activity, it turned towards cloud. And as we all know, it works like clockwork, doesn't it? And Xerox. It might be surprising to see a company whose name is synonymous with paper photocopy on an up and coming technology list like that of cloud computing. But in 2012, Xerox announced that it wouldn't be left behind. And it not only offered a cloud print solution, which allows users to access printers for whoever they may be, wherever they may be, but also offers its own cloud service catered towards small and medium-sized businesses. Apart from that, we also have Pinterest in the list as one of the fastest growing sites on the web. Pinterest uses cloud services to conduct experiments and adjust to varying traffic levels, all while maintaining an incredibly small team. Since that online pinboard is specifically designed to aggregate large amounts of data, it's no wonder Pinterest has also turned to big data solution, big data as a service to store and analyze its data. We will continue with other companies after our next session. Now let us begin with the next session of the speech. I call upon Toastmaster Tosin to address the table topic session. Toastmaster Tosin is from Nigeria, and by occupation, he is a procurement engineer. He is a member of Oil City Speakers Club and currently playing VP Education role. His extracurricular activities include podcasting, and he runs famous podcast known as the Obani Show podcast. His hobbies are football, TV, traveling, and his favorite quote is, whether you think you can or you can't, you're probably right. Toastmaster Tosin, welcome on to the virtual dais.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster. Very well, my name is Toastmaster Tosin, as I've been introduced, and I will be coordinating the table topic segment today. Earlier in the meeting, the general evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal, did say that critical thinking is one of the things we learn during Toastmasters meeting. And I do think that the table topic segment particularly focuses on this skill. Today, I have 7 questions, and I'll be taking us to Cloud Cuckoo Land with my questions. I actually do see the table topic segment as a multi-tenancy for Toastmasters because it's open not just to members, registered members of Toastmasters, but even to guests. On that note, I would like to encourage every single one of us on the call to participate in this segment, whether we are speaking or whether we are encouraging those who speak. I have 7 questions, like I said earlier, and I will be taking volunteers. If you're interested in answering a question, kindly indicate by raising a hand using the reactions on the Zoom app. The segment is open, and I now take volunteers. I have a number of hands. VTM Dina, kindly unmute yourself and confirm you can hear me. All right. I have questions 1 to 7. Questions 1 to 7. Which would you like? Question 6. Question 6 says, what do you imagine the world would be like if dogs took over it? What do you imagine the world would be like if dogs?
She will be using chat to reply, just for information.
Okay, thank you. Very much, Toastmaster Dina. He imagines the world would be full of light, would be bright and sunny, filled with good days. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dina. We'll now take the Kumar Juneja. Kindly unmute yourself and confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Beautiful. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Tosin.
So we have questions 1 to 7. Which would you like? Number 6 has been taken already.
1.
Question number 1. Do you think the human race faces the risk of being dominated by artificial intelligence someday? Do you think the human race faces the risk of being dominated by artificial intelligence someday?
Okay.
Before
Okay. Give me 15 seconds to collect my thoughts.
All right. You also have the question in the chat box.
Artificial intelligence has really taken over the humans. I would say we have developed advanced so much in technology and everything. Now we see like everything can be done in this pandemic from work from home with the help of technology. We don't need to interact physically. It has made a big impact on our life, day-to-day life, which has already started impacting our life as social interactions have reduced. We people are sitting at home, they are not able to connect with each other, they are feeling anxiety, stressed. And the way we are progressing, definitely we see that artificial intelligence is going to take over humans, and we never know we could control human mind with the help of artificial intelligence. Something could be developed like that, because the things which have been invented in the past, no one ever dreamt that they would be invented, like taking people from one place to another through air, through aeroplane, or there are numerous inventions which has been made. Nobody ever imagined that internet would revolutionize the whole world. So it's very much possible, and we need to change with changing times, and we need to keep ourselves strong enough and to face all those challenges. If AI brings positives, it will also bring some negatives. So world needs to be better prepared for that. Over to you, Tosin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kumar. You have clearly explained that you do think AI came with its positives, but you think there will be negatives as well. I think that's a very balanced thought. Thank you very much. Our next volunteer is Toastmaster Abdul. Please unmute yourself and confirm you can hear me.
Hi, good evening, Toastmaster Tosin. I can hear you very clearly.
Good day, Toastmaster Abdul. You have questions 1 to 7. Numbers 1 and 6 have been taken.
Number 2.
Number 2. To you, what is the most important invention ever and why? To you, what is the most important invention ever and why?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and very welcome guests. The most important invention which has impacted the world, the most important invention which has impacted the humanity, according to me, is electricity. Today, we are talking about the subject of cloud computing. We just spoke about artificial intelligence. We spoke about all the technologies in the world today. Can you imagine, without electricity, would anything have been possible? Without electricity, can I connect to somebody, Toastmaster Tosin in Nigeria? Can I connect somebody to, can I talk to someone in Australia? Can I talk to all the Toastmasters across the world? The invention of electricity has been probably one of the most dramatic, the most important inventions the world ever has seen. This invention was not possible with lots of failures. In everybody's life, yes, there are failures, but we learn from these failures. We need to take these failures in our stride and keep trying until we succeed. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Abdul. You do think electricity is the most important invention ever. And you raised a salient point. Without the invention of electricity, most other inventions would have been impossible. Thank you very much. I can see VTM Giri. Please confirm you can hear me.
Hello. I can hear you.
All right.
I don't know what is VTM. I'm a guest. Yes,
It is
visiting Toastmaster. Visiting Toastmaster. I'm sorry. Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
So you have questions 1 to 7. Numbers 1, 2, and 6 have been taken.
I'll take the last question, the 7. I hope it's the easiest and the sweetest one.
Number 7, it's interesting considering you're a guest because it's centered on Toastmasters. Well, I believe you've attended other Toastmasters meetings before today. So I'll go. What do you think would be the most noticeable difference about Toastmasters in the next 100 years? What do you think would be the most noticeable difference about Toastmasters in the next 100 years?
Good evening, guests. Yes, Tosin, you were saying something?
Would you prefer a different question?
No, I'll take it. If you can type it on the chat, that would be better too. But yeah.
All right.
Good evening, guests, fellow Toastmasters. What would be different in 100 years in Toastmasters? That's a wonderful question. That's relating to AI, that relating to cloud computing, that relating to what we are doing on Zoom here. I've been with Toastmasters for about, I would say 25 years now, but I've never done more than first speech or the second speech. I've never climbed up the ladder. I've never been anywhere in, I've done some leadership roles. I've been to so many clubs because of this virtual meetings. And even before the virtual meetings, I've been going through clubs around the world. I travel a lot. So I've been to so many clubs around so many countries. Toastmasters is a family. Toastmasters is something where you can learn, something where you can grow, and everybody contributes back to it. Due to the COVID thing, everything became virtual. And look at here, we have somebody from Australia, somebody from Zimbabwe, so much. In 100 years, I think Toastmasters will grow up much more to be more than just bringing up leadership and communication skills. I cannot visualize it from that perspective, but looking from here, looking up there from 100 years, I can see it will be the one where, have you not joined Toastmasters in your life? Have you not heard of Toastmasters in life? I'm going to hire you for a job. You don't have anything about Toastmasters? Are you not a leader? So you're a leader, but you don't have a Toastmasters? Oh, you want this job to work here, but Toastmasters is a must and should requirement. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak today.
Thank you very much, Giri. You said you have been with Toastmasters for about 25 years, but haven't gone past maybe 1 or 2 speeches. Considering you think it's going to be so important in the next 100 years, I think you should get more serious with Toastmasters. Thank you very much. Our last volunteer today will be Umesh Shaban. Please unmute yourself and confirm you can hear me. Hello?
Audible and visible.
Oh.
Am I audible and visible?
All right. We have questions 1 to 7. Questions 1, 2, 6, and 7 have been taken, leaving just 3, 4, and 5. Which would you like to have? It seems like we've lost Umesh. Seems like we've lost Umesh. So in the meantime, I can.
Am I?
Yes, you are audible, but you're breaking up.
You're not audible. Meanwhile, you can go with Anirban.
Okay, I'll just go with Anirban in the meantime. So Anirban, what question would you like? Good afternoon, good day. I don't know what time it is.
Okay, I would like to take 4.
Hello. Am I out?
Question 4. All right. Question 4. What is something you're surprised no one has thought of inventing? What is something you're surprised no one has thought of inventing? Okay. I'll put the question in the chat box so you can read it if you didn't hear me.
Yeah, one thing which I feel no one has thought of inventing is, I would say, how to judge people, something which everyone would have in their hand and at least judge people's intentions. I know there are lie detectors which we see in movies, shows, but I feel there should be some portable device which should be in everyone's hand, because it becomes very important, not only lies but also to see potential threats like robbers, thieves, crimes happening, who is a potential criminal. I think it may not be a like joke and all. I feel it is important because especially in some parts of the world, crimes are at peak and everywhere it is increasing. So if we have some device which can at least give some idea about basic intention of the person around us, I feel it would help all of us to have to live a bit safer, to live in a bit safer world compared to we are living today. I don't know how right or wrong I am, but this was the first idea which come to my mind after listening this question. So yeah, that's all I have to share. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Anirban. I think that's a wonderful invention. I wonder what it would be called. Something that could tell what our intentions are. Thank you very much.
I am back. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So you have questions 3 and 5 left. Which of them would you like?
Anyone you want to give? I prefer 5.
All right, I'll give you 5 then. If you could make just one modification to humans as a species, what would that be? If you could make just one modification to humans as a species, what would that be? In case you didn't hear me clearly, question is in the chat box, so you can read it and then proceed to answer.
Yeah, I need 15 seconds to think. Good evening, table topic master, my fellow guests, and everyone. The one modification which I could make to human species is, I could not give a thought on that. It's so very, it's like a wild thought, like cloud on cuckoo land. So it is a one modification which I would like to give. The human has heart as well as brain, and the combination of heart and brain can work as a miracle. But one modification, I have not able to justify that human itself is a good human being if he uses his positive things in his itself. Like God has created everyone with the good things in everyone. The same human has also good things in human species. But there is one thing which I would like to change, that is the anger, the jealousy that can remove. And if we can make everyone as an angel who can serve for the kindness, humanity, and compassion, that change I would like to make in human species. Because in current scenario, in current world, we see the jealousy, we see instead of love, we spread the jealousy and the anger, or how that person is better than me, rather than how we could be better along with each other's support, and how we can take each other to the destination as a teamwork by leading by example and being a multi-tenancy in a single species. That's what I feel the only change I would like to make in the human species. This is a wild thought which I gave. I don't know whether Raghu is staring at me, whether he's agree or not agree. I'm not well worried about it. It's my table topic and I've completed the time. Over to you, table topic master Toshin.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Umesh. That was wonderful. I do like your modification. You will take away our negativity and make us into better angels, in your own words. Thank you. Thank you very much. A big thank you to everyone who participated in this segment. It's been a pleasure. We'll now go on to welcome the timer, distinguished Toastmaster Vijaya, to give us the timing report for each of the speakers.
Thank you, table topic master. Diana, I did not time her because she was writing it. Kumar took 1 minute and 38 seconds. Abdul, 1 minute 33 seconds. Giri, 1 minute 45 seconds. And Anirban, 1 minute 32 seconds. Umesh, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Vijaya. Based on that, all the speakers today did qualify by time. So we'll now be going ahead to vote. Our first speaker was Diana, who told us that she imagined that if the world was led by dogs, it would be one filled with sunny days and beautiful days. Kumar told us that he thinks we are already pretty dependent on AI and thinks it is possible that one day we will be dominated by them. Toastmaster Abdul told us that electricity is the most important invention ever, one on which most other inventions actually rely. Giri, who's been with Toastmasters for about 25 years, thinks that Toastmasters will become absolutely important in about 100 years. Anirban thinks an invention which would allow us to know the intentions of those around us is one which should have been invented already. And finally, Umesh told us that he would modify humans to become angels. Please, DTM Raghu is going to set up the polls, and I believe it's going to appear on our screen. Kindly cast your vote within the next 30 seconds.
And while Toastmaster Abdul, you can take over and continue with the proceedings.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being your table topics master today. I will now hand over to the Toastmaster of the Toastmaster Prathima.
Thank you, table topics master. That's really an interesting table topic session we had. Very well done, Toastmaster Tosin. Now let's go into the evaluation session. And for that, I'll be inviting our general evaluator, Toastmaster Faisal, to carry the proceedings one more time. Toastmaster Faisal.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Good day once again. Now it's one of the important sessions where we will evaluate everything, what will happen during the whole meeting. The evaluation would be in 3 parts. The first one, we will have evaluations from our table topic evaluator and listener, and evaluation on prepared speeches. And then we will have reports from our supporting role players. And at the last portion, I will share my general evaluation. So let's move forward. I will request our table topic evaluator, our friend from Australia, Toastmaster David. Toastmaster David, over to you. You will have 3 to 5 minutes all to present your report.
Thank you, General Evaluator Faisal. I enjoyed the table topic session, so I just wanted to call out to Tosin. Very interesting questions, had me thinking about them too. Because I've only got 5 minutes, I want to do a kind of general evaluation, if that's okay. I don't think I've got time to point out to each speaker, but I want to collectively tell them all what I think they did. I can say with Diana's speech, it wasn't timed, but you know what attracted me to Diana was her smile at the beginning. I think she enjoyed the question. And when she did answer it in her own style, I enjoyed the answer. So I think she did very, very well there. Some of the speakers had definite answers in a balanced way. And I thought that was very good. I liked Abdul's speech about the electricity and why we need electricity. And I'll get to that in a minute in terms of my gifts that I will give to some of the speakers. I liked Jiri Sondi's speech because it was a personal story. And I really enjoyed that. I like people to give a personal story. 3 tips I'll give later. Unmesh smiled, food for thought, human beings, angels. I loved that. And Erban, straight into the question. They were all good points for table topics. One tip for all table topic speakers is this. 1 to 2 minutes is not a long time. You can ask for time to gather your thoughts and think about it. But imagine if you were at work and your boss asked you something and you said to him, just give me some time to think about this. Bosses are busy, so we need to be able to answer very quickly. The way to save time is not to say, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And so that's taking time away. One tip for all speakers is this. If somebody asks you the time, tell them the time. Don't tell them how the clock works. That is, answer the question. If they need more information, they'll ask for it in general terms outside of Toastmasters. We're on Zoom here, and in a physical meeting, people can see, they can get a feel for what you're thinking and what you're feeling because of your movements and so on. But on Zoom, the way they get that is with facial expressions. And some of the speakers weren't looking at the camera when they were speaking. That's an important thing to do. I try and look at the camera all the time, and this little blue dot drives me mad at times, but I do try and do that. So some things are distracting. Some of the speakers were moving their hands about a fair bit. Try and pace that a little bit. So I'm not going to point out particular speakers. I'm just going to say this is what happened with 3 speakers had their hands going that really weren't following, with the words. It's all right for British people. We speak with our hands and our hands move naturally when we speak. It's just something that needs to be practiced. But I liked all the questions. And the one that figured with me was Abdul's. When we're given an answer to a table topics, we speak for ourselves. So when we say we have to have electricity, we need electricity, it's not necessarily true. So you have to understand that some people think, no, we don't need electricity. So always speak on behalf of yourself and what you're thinking. So try not to use the words we and us because it's your answer. So just say, I think electricity is needed for all rather than we all need electricity. It's just a way we use language. In saying that, like somebody said in their speech, it takes practice. I can speak this way because in 2017, I was the district champion at table topics. And somebody said to me, you got a good question, the right question on the right day. Well, that's not true. That kind of dismisses a speaker. Every question is difficult to answer if you're unprepared to answer it and you don't know what the question's going to be. 3 tips. When you're asked a question, repeat the question as a couple of people did. Answer the question yes or no, or I think this or I think that. And just go as close to the red light as you can. It was a wonderful session. I enjoyed all the answers. And I encourage everyone that answered tonight to keep practicing, and that way you will grow. Somebody said that earlier, and I thought you did very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster David. Well, the Toastmaster David has run a single code, which was working absolutely fine for everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster David, for running that single code. And I would say that was that multi-tenancy from yourself. All right, great. Let's move forward with our another role player. That person was observing each and every person, including me, and that was listener. Our friend from Malaysia, Toastmaster Roshan, he was observing each and everything. Toastmaster Roshan, you will have 3 to 5 minutes also. The timer is there. You can pin the timer, so you will not go beyond the time. So you can proceed with your session now.
Thank you so much. So this is relatively a new role for me, and this is the first time I'm taking it up. Pardon me for the mistakes that I'm bound to take or make in the next 3 to 5 minutes. So I have got quite a number of interesting questions, and let's see who can answer the most from all these questions that you have been actively listening. Now, for the first question, let's go with the easiest. How is a Toastmaster meeting divided into? Any takers? Or should I just start pinpointing anyone? It was mentioned by the Toastmaster of the day.
Could you repeat the question, please?
How many segments are there in a Toastmasters meeting?
I think we already have the answer in the chat from Toastmaster Abdul.
Yeah.
Abdul. So Abdul gets the one. Don't worry, Regai, you will be up next. Your question is, where is Faisal Jamil from? Or where is our GE from? Let's see. Middle East.
Is from the
Kuwait.
Middle East.
Yes, Giri got it. Remember, it's first come, first serve. So you guys can do multitasking if you know the question.
I think it was Miguel who got. Miguel
yeah.
is the one who.
I think it's grammarian.
Yeah,
Miguel.
Next question is, speaking of Miguel, it's about him. What year did Toastmaster Miguel join the Toastmasters? Yes, Diana, I see you raised your hand.
Who? 2014.
Yes. Correct.
Answer.
And this is 1985. Fantastic, Diana. And this is a good question, which was mentioned at the very start of the meeting. What is our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Prathima's motto of life?
Between you and what you want.
Pardon?
Between you and that which you want is fear.
I will let Prathima decide if that can be taken or not. What was our Master of the Day's motto in life?
Everything you want is on the other side of fear.
There you go. I think, Prathima, you should type it out so that everyone can take note of it. Oh,
Sure.
It's on green light. I still have time. Let's go to the manual speeches. Let's see how many of us paid attention to this. What prompted Toastmaster Shiva to join Toastmasters?
Well, an incident where he was asked to speak. Don't remember exactly the incident.
Yes, Giri, you got it right. This is coming into a very nice question of mine, which I did it. Why did Toastmaster Miriam describe her role as a roller coaster journey?
As when she took the role of president, that time Toastmaster was not the criteria or important point for the members, because members have other priorities in their life, like and there were only 8 members, and she was struggling for the members and completing the meetings. So it was a roller coaster ride, and whatever she was doing, it was first time, like open house, then the president role.
Thank you so much. Umesh, you did a good job. Timer, do we have one for last one? Do we have time for it?
You can do one last, Roshan.
Okay. One last question will be involving, let's see, did Ento win an area level contest?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Umesh got it again. With that, thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for listening proactively. And if you got it wrong, or if you found their words to be catchy, interesting, or inspiring, please do not be afraid. Send them a message, get in touch with them, and they will be happy to be in touch with you. With that, back to the GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Roshan. Of course, you were a great listener, but we were also great listeners as well. We have done a great job to try to answer each and everything you asked. A big round of applause for our listener, Toastmaster Roshan. Now, whoever enjoyed the speech, give them at least heart. There will be a emotion below. Just give them heart, all the speakers, before we go to evaluations. Great. Okay, because they have put lots of efforts. I know that 5 to 7 minutes are not easy on the podium. Well, Roshan, we are virtual, but keep in mind, whoever would be the winner, you can just promise something from Malaysia. All right, so let's move to our second part. We have enjoyed a lot our first segment. Let's move to our second part, which is evaluation on our prepared speeches. We do have 3 amazing speeches today, but also we have 3 amazing evaluators as well. So let's move our first evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Manoranjani. The evaluation on prepared speeches would be 2 to 3 minutes with, I believe, 40 seconds of grace period. And better, I request, before I go further, I request our timer to please explain the time so we will not go wrong in 20, 30, or 40 seconds of grace.
Evaluations are done from 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes you will see green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes red. Thank you.
Great. Do we have any grace period?
Generally, in the US, we give 30 seconds for all the evaluators.
All right, so our timer is so generous, you will have 30 seconds of grace period, but once you see the red, try to wrap up your speech. Let's move to our first evaluator, Toastmaster Manoranjani. She is an advocate.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think in the interest of time, we need to extend the meeting. So I propose a proposal to extend the meeting by 20 minutes. Can somebody second it? Thank you.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. Well, yeah, please, Prathima, you want to say something?
No,
Prathima, you want to say?
I might have to leave after the evaluation.
All right.
Sure. Okay.
So you can take my report first.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Noted. Okay, so our first evaluator is Toastmaster Manoranjani. She's an advocate and ISO-1C professional. She is 6 months old in Toastmasters family. Thank you so much for joining Toastmaster Manoranjani. And she wishes that she had known about the TM club when she was teens. Toastmaster Manoranjani, you will have 2 to 3 minutes with 30 seconds of grace period. Don't forget to pin the timer. With your first action, verbal or non-verbal, timer will start time. Over to you, Toastmaster Manoranjani.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Mr. Faisal. Never get excited by anything, never settle on anything. Go beyond everything in order to be who you really are. Hello, friends. Here I'm back again with the evaluation of Toastmaster Anto's L1P2 speech. Friends, give me a frank and true answer. How many of you think that the structure of the speech needs to be improved, whatever Anto has given? Okay. How many of you think that you were on some cloud cuckoo and you could not connect with the Toastmasters Anto speech? Yes, these were the areas that he had to work upon and improve. From whatever you've not given an yes answer for whatever I've asked for. So it's a negative become positive. So Toastmaster Anto, you have really worked hard and you have got the whatever feedback was given is overtaken. You've done a very good speech. And the way you started, once a Toastmaster is always a Toastmaster, that's where Toastmaster of the day ended. And you have smoothly picked up and you started the conversation from where exactly she ended. And that was a smooth, the conversation went on. That was very well taken. And your mantra, learn, fail, but practice. You kept on using those words and it got infused in us. It got injected into our heads. And I think all of us will do that now. We keep doing it. It's very inspirational. And going beyond our comfort level is very, very important, as you said. And it's a very good lesson for all of us. It's very inspiring. And you have linked this mantra of yours with your personal experiences and how you went beyond your comfort zones at your cousin's wedding, at your workplace, and how Jeff Bezos went beyond his comfort zone and successfully completed his space flight after 15 attempts. And you even made it interactive by asking us, like, when did you start walking? That's a basic thing, but we felt connected. Yes, learn, fail, but keep practicing. That is your closing line again. And it's an inspirational takeaway for our audience. Coming to the delivery, body language was good. You stood up and spoke with right posture and good hand gestures, giving clues about your emotional state. And when you said anxious, when you started off at your cousin's wedding, how you were initially anxious and then later you could improve. These are all how we could relate to what you were speaking. Voice modulation is loud and clear with effective pauses. And I found your speech flawless. But since I'm required to find some improvement areas, I guess voice modulation is an area you could improve upon. To recap, I loved your topic, the topic that you chose, that one must go beyond the comfort zone. And I liked your mantra, learn, fail, and practice. And no doubt you're an exceptional storyteller, and there's always scope to improve, and that is you could work on your vocal variety. And I look forward to listening to more of your speeches. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Evaluator, Toastmaster Manoranjani. We will move forward to our second evaluator. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Shiva. To evaluate Toastmaster Shiva, we have evaluated Toastmaster Hajar. She is 21 years young from Rabat, the capital of Morocco. She is currently pursuing her bachelor's in industrial engineering. She has joined Eloquent Toastmaster a year ago, and she's enjoying a lot. Toastmaster Hajar, you will have the same time, 2 to 3 minutes with 30 seconds of grace period. You're requested to please pin the timer. Your first verbal or non-verbal action will intimate our timer to start the time. Over to you, Toastmaster Hajar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Faisal. So, congratulations, Shiva, for stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping a step in your pathway. The speech of Shiva was an informational speech, and where you present to us the strategy PPIT to use in our public speaking journey. And let's start with the structure of your speech, which was very, very clear, starting by the cause that leads you to join the Toastmasters Club, then presenting to us the PPIT, the P, the people, the second P, a place, the third I, incidents, and T, time. And then presenting its benefits. And what I liked is the act of giving for examples in the four parts, in the P, P, E, and T of this strategy, to concretize more this idea. And I liked also the fact to not just to drop the information and to call the participants to action at the end, and asking us to just use this strategy in our next speeches. And concerning your body language, you was standing up strongly and making the eye contact all along your delivery, and your hand the movements, it's like were synchronized with your words. I can point out just one thing to improve, which is to show your feelings more. For example, when you talked about your first experience in public speaking that led you to join the Toastmasters Club, it would be better to show how scared you were and to describe like more the situations, like the hands were shaking or like that. And also for the examples given, it's like it was the same face futures. It would be better to change the feelings all along the delivery. And to improve this point, I suggest to practice an exercise and to find sentences and say them happy, then sad, and like that. And that's all from my side. Back to you.
Great.
Thank you so
Raya,
much.
bravo, like Hajar. Good job. All right, let's move to our third evaluator. Our third speaker was none other than Toastmaster Miriam. To evaluate a Toastmaster Miriam, we have Toastmaster Enoch. He's from Uganda and a mechanical engineer by profession. He loved design and math. He's currently the president of Libova Toastmasters Club. He joined Toastmasters to be a confident communicator, but now he's working towards becoming the best leader. Toastmaster Enoch, you will share the same time, 2 to 3 minutes with 30 seconds of grace period. Make sure once you will start your first verbal or non-verbal action, we'll intimate our timer to start the time. Good luck.
Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Miriam, when you started your speech, for the first 5 words, I was struggling to understand where this was going, but when you delivered this point, it really captivated me. You went on into this introduction to take us through a journey. Usually this is done using rhetorical questions. And this one question, or these 2 questions, were really powerful. Who am I not to be, and versus who am I to be? And in this question, this point, you were asking whether you could be a president and well, you decided to take it on. From your body, I could tell that, yes, this was a roller coaster and the challenges were numerous. But the ones that I picked out were members were leaving the club, you were having about 8 members in the end, people were struggling financially, and also you were taking on the role at the peak of the pandemic. Just like any other project, this was a challenge that required you to take on a project. And the project that you chose was taking or organizing an open house. From what I learned or I heard from you, you had never done it, which is quite intriguing, but it really called for your skills as a leader. And I saw great preparation, great planning, from learning on the job to marketing, advertising, registering your leads. You created interest, and in the end, you had over 50 people attend this one meeting. In the end, you registered 6 new members, jumping from 8 to 14. From this, you were able to learn how to set goals, plan, delegate, and motivate. I believe that this was a very good body. You had a whole lot of points, but in the end, you managed to summarize them so well. And at the end, or in your conclusion, I saw that you gave another quote, which is about every day needs a vision, and then from vision to plan, then learn, then I think lead. Well, I think that gave it a very good conclusion and a much stronger conclusion. That's taking your speech or giving more meaning to your project. Just like any other speech, I have to critique a few things, not to cripple anyone, but to make you a much better speaker. The one thing that I can say is that, yes, when you are delivering a speech, make good use of your gestures. I noticed that you're refraining yourself from giving gestures, but just 1 or 2 moments where you give purposeful gestures will take you from here to up there when you're giving your speech. Another thing that I also noticed is vocal variety. You also need to work on that. And also, as you're giving your body, maybe giving a few examples here and there to just make it personified, like giving us an example of who the different members of the team were and what they did could give us a different view from the normal open house to your own open house. Overall, I really love the story. I love the introduction. I love the whole experience. It really taught me something. And I hope that, well, the different members were able to enjoy it as well. Over to you, Toastmaster. General evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Enoch. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Enoch. Now, since Toastmaster of the Day, Prathima, she was talking about a lot of about cloud computing. I will give you something easy. Don't you think that evaluators has done a great job? Just give them heart. Just give them heart again, please.
Definitely.
All right, great, perfect. These all hearts for evaluators. Now, if I will not go further, let me just ask from timer to please share your report if all evaluators are qualified.
Evaluator number 1, 3 minutes, 28 seconds, and 19 milliseconds.
My God.
Evaluator 2, 3 minutes, 28 seconds, 21 milliseconds. Evaluator 3, 3 minutes and 32 seconds.
No, he consumed that 2 seconds they left.
3:28, 19, 3:28, 21, and 3:32. So 3:32,
right,
you can decide.
All right, as a general evaluator, I will take the liberty to make the adjustments, and I will add those 2 seconds left to here, and they all qualified. I will request our moderator to please run the poll.
You can continue with the other reports, general evaluator, meanwhile.
All right, thank you so much, moderator, for running the poll. I would request our timer if she's staying back or we have to assign someone else.
I think we don't need a timer from now. We can just proceed.
Okay, all right, perfect. Our next report is from our grammarian. Our grammarian is today Toastmaster Miguel. I will request Toastmaster Miguel to please come forward and share your report. You will have 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm sure you will do great within that 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll try in any case. So thank you everybody for mostly using impeccable English. Will have some remarks, but first I would like to say a big thank you to you, Faisal, for using the word of the day, multi-tenancy. I guess this is a lesson for me. I thought I would be with a lot of IT techies, and I knew it was a cloud computing themed session. So I thought, let's pick, but I guess I'll try something simpler next time. I would also like to thank people who used the Cloud Cuckoo Land idiom. So you had you, Faisal, again. Then we also had Tosim, we had Umesh, and Mano. I don't think anyone else used it. Thank you for using the words of the day. Now, when we started off the meeting, I think Kalpana said, thanks for joining our session. I don't know if I missed the ing or if it wasn't there. Prathima, it was at the beginning of the session, you said something, what is, and then the sentence, I think, when Ori and cloud computing world, I can't pinpoint what went wrong, but I think there was something awkward about that. I did like you made a joke with cloud, and you said pun intended, and then you got me thinking also, because you were using sometimes on cloud when you're talking about files and photos and stuff, or on the cloud. And so on cloud, I'm not an IT expert, but at least grammatically, I think it's wrong. So it should be on the cloud. And then I got some help from the internet. And actually, I think we should say in the cloud when the resource is part of the cloud, like files. But you can also say on the cloud when you mean a specific cloud, like my post is on the Amazon cloud. What is it? Okay, now Vijaya, I think you said when you have red color, well, I think informally it's okay, but maybe it's when my screen background turns red, it means this. I think it will be better. Faisal, I think you said joined in 1986 back, and you should have said joined back in 1986. And then at the end of the session, you said, I request our timer is staying. So I think I request our timer to tell us if she's staying or if she has to leave. Anto, he used the sentence complacent, and he also used cracked a joke, which I liked a lot. Shiva, I think you said is friendly ambience when you're talking about an office. I think it would have been better to have said there is a friendly ambience in the office. Loved your strategy PPIT. I think you said the people's motivates or motivated, or the people are motivated. I think so would have been best. Kumar, I think you said inventions have been made. I think it's inventions have been made. Medium, wonderful. You said paraphrase it, love it. Use a wonderful quotation that was already mentioned. Use expression roller coaster journey, great. I think I just had one slide point was I was not even sure that an open house I was not even sure of what an open house meeting is, but since it was you're talking in the past, it should have been in the past, and it's red, so I should be finishing right now. Oh, Hajar, I think you said for, yes, you were saying for example, and you meant for examples in the plural. You use the you said concretize, and I think that's coming from French. I think in English it would have been better to say to substantiate. You gave examples to substantiate an idea, and so I think it's red. So I'll leave other points for the future. Bye bye. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Miguel. I'm sure we are going to keep all your suggestions in and on the cloud. All right. Let's move forward to our next role player, which is our counter today, Toastmaster Immaculate. Toastmaster Immaculate, you are sharing the same time, 2 to 3 minutes. Let us see what you have in your basket.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. I think we did well, but I listened very carefully and I was able to catch some counters. So I'll start with Miguel. You had a lot of you used 15 of them, and L, which you used 24. And your overused word was, I think. You also used and as an overused word. You also had some repetition with the word I'll, and also I can pinpoint, which you repeated twice each. Roshan, you had one R, yeah. Faisal, you had an overused word, which was I will. For example, you said, I will check back the control to the TMoD and I will come back. I thought the second one you could have just said, and come back. Prathima, you had 3 arms. Hajar, I had 29 air. And then you also had repeated 8 there, 2 souls, 4, 2, and 2 of, yeah, 2 ands. Enoch, you had a repeated one, you repeated air once. Miriam, I think you had an overused word, which was we managed. When you're saying we managed to finish strong and we managed to get an award, I thought the second time you could have just said we managed to finish strong and got an award, something like that. And then Aniban, when you're doing your table speech, you had a repeat at, you had to live a bit safer, to live a bit safer. You repeated that twice. Yeah? Tosin, you had repeated word, which was who is new in Toastmasters. That is all. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Immaculate. Now, since Toastmaster Miguel already has shared a lot of experience, we already kept a lot of things on the cloud. Now we will also keep his repeated words on the cloud. All right, let's move forward with our timer report. I would like to know the timing, if anything we can improve on from our timer.
Grammarian, 4 minutes, 27 seconds. And our counter, 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Great. Our timer, would you like to share your overall report?
Overall, in the sense you want me to repeat all the timing?
No, you can just share the section-wise report, how much we have taken in prepared speeches and table topic session.
I didn't do it that way.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was not part of it.
I just have to add each one individually. That will take some time.
No problem. I was noting down. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So for our grammarian, our counter and timer, you know what we have to do. Give them heart. Give them heart also. They have done a great job. Thank you so much, all three. Now let's move with the last segment, which is my general evaluation. I would request timer to please give me 3 minutes only, not more than that. All right. So I have everything here. What it says, the strong points and the areas of improvement and the summary. Before I start, let me just appreciate each and everyone, and thank you so much for calling me and taking this opportunity as a general evaluator. I'm thankful to all the speakers, evaluators, grammarian, accountant, timer, listener, table topic master, table topic evaluator. I'm not sure about the president yet. I will just find her here, and I will just appreciate also the president, VP Education, and especially Toastmaster Raghu and all the XCOM. You have done a great job today. A big round of applause for all the team. They have put lots of effort behind the scenes. Let me just read out the strong points. As I said, that I'll go with the 5 things, which are time, enthusiasm, preparation, organization, and performance of duties. The meeting started at dot perfectly, amazing. Enthusiasm was up to the mark. I have seen that everyone has done a brilliant job. Preparation about the role players were well prepared, briefed well about the roles, and speakers delivered speeches with take-home messages. I personally enjoyed a lot, and evaluators share their positive and constructive feedback. In terms of organization, meeting was well organized with smooth role by role transition. This is so important in any Toastmasters meeting. In terms of performance of duties, Toastmaster of the Day and Table Topic Master managed the time absolutely perfect way. Table Topic Master, the thing I personally loved it, that was how you handle that situation while, because we are from multicultural right now here. So he also shared the topic as a text in the chat box. That was absolutely great way. Now, areas of improvement. Now, our today's meeting agenda is really good for workflow, since on the current agenda, there are so much to follow, because each role we have defined very clearly, but it was so much to follow. I suggest to use TI agenda. I do have one of the templates here, and that is downloadable from the Toastmasters website. The main thing I was looking, I couldn't find the president, VP Education, and all the XCOM roles, and also we can mention the club mission on the agenda. You can keep it on one page. I do have that format. I can also share with the one-page agenda. Let's go back. Adopting the agenda at the start can add value. That can be once the president addresses, president can ask VP Education if there are any changes, then collectively we can adopt the agenda. If there are any changes, we adopt also that changes. Raising the motion should be taken by the following the right procedure, by proper handing over. Now, because since I was general evaluator, right now I'm speaking, so I'm presiding officer. Somebody can say, excuse me, and then I should hand over, because I'm not member of the club. So I can hand over back to Toastmaster of the Day or president. They can start and asking to raise the motion, and then somebody can second. All right, the last one is starting and closing. Closing is still due, but I have taken the note. The starting and closing is so important. While the Sergeant-at-Arms is on the podium, it should be with zeal and enthusiasm at the start, because we are joining from different areas. We want to see energy. We are all out of energy right now after offices and the hustle of life. All right, now because that start set a momentum where even I'm a guest, I want to join next time without invite, because I want to see that energy once again. I really appreciate the role players, and I believe the role players would be appreciated, whoever, because I was not aware the club setting. I have no idea who is the first timer, but I appreciate all the role players. They were all brilliant. They were well prepared. And managing this whole meeting from different role players from different countries, it was not easy. I personally enjoyed and loved the meeting, every bit of the meeting. Thank you so much for having me. I will share that feedback with the club so they can benefit and utilize that feedback in their next meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator, Faisal, sorry about that, Faisal, for that report. Now, I hope every one of you here knows what cloud is, and this session could dispel some of the fog around cloud. So with that wish, it has been a pleasure serving you all as a Toastmaster of the day and this evening, and I hope you have enjoyed the meeting as well. Back to Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Kalpana. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Wow, what a meeting it was. I could personally learn so many things, right from the Sergeant at Arms till the Toastmaster of the day completed the theme. Before we go ahead, I would like to request Zoom Master to please launch the poll for the auxiliary role players.
So before that, let's launch hearts for all the role players.
Yes, let's give away our hearts to all the role players.
Okay, so this is something that we, as a VP Education of the club, have decided that there will be no polling for role players as a learning from the past few meetings. So, Presiding Officer, whenever you say, I'll present the results of the day.
Yes, please present the results. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Anto for his immaculate speech. Best tabletop speaker is a Toastmaster Abdul Rahman. Congratulations, Abdul. Best evaluator goes to two role players. One is GTM David and other is GTM Enoch. Enoch, congratulations. Best auxiliary role players goes to again all the three role players as we decided no poll. Toastmaster Miguel, Toastmaster Immaculate, and TM Vijaya. Thank you very much. Best role player again TM Prathima, TM Tosin, and TM Faisal for all the time that you have given and ensured that the meeting runs smooth. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoom Master, Distinguished Toastmaster Raghu, for that announcements. With this, I would like to now take feedback from all our guests. And today we have many role players, so I would like to request you all to kindly give feedback on how the meeting was and what kind of learnings or experience you had from this meeting. May I start from timer, DTM Vijaya?
Oh, thank you, fellow Toastmasters and everyone here. It was an awesome meeting. I truly enjoyed it. And I saw there were about 56 chat messages, but I did not read any of them. I was extremely busy. So I just saved it. So I will finish the meeting and then read whatever is there. So, but I think we can try to minimize that if possible, because role players are not able to compete with that. Once I do that, it's like any other meeting. When the speaker is speaking, we don't want to speak in the sideways to somebody else. So we want to try to minimize it. That is my opinion. But overall, I enjoyed the meeting, very well organized. And I think you put too much on time on your agenda. He said you have the standard template which you can use it. It's much simpler. So that's just my thought, but I truly enjoyed it. I will try to come back. I'm attending around the globe. So tomorrow I'm attending Dubai. So I will try to come back. Yesterday I was in Haryana. Day before I was in Boston. So every day one meeting, and that's all I can do. Thank you very much for this invitation. I enjoyed it. So I'm leaving right now. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Please get in touch with me. You're most welcome to my club.
Thank you so much, DTM Vijaya. I would like to now officially close the meeting, but we will continue for networking and also will like to take your feedback considering the time. So now I would like to request, I can see Diana, please. Yeah, you want to say something?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Diana. We are really...
I can't be Thank you.
Thank you, Diana, for joining.
Yeah, thank you so much. May I now request Toastmaster Giri to please share your feedback? Toastmaster Giri, you're on mute.
Yeah, as usual.
Thank you.
So it's a wonderful meeting. I did not expect so many to be here. I'm joining from New Jersey in USA. It's so nice to see everybody from there. Very accurately conducted, and the evaluation from Mr. David was wonderful, going in point by point. If you are still here, if I can grab your attention, I just want to tell you something about the cloud. If you all have a computer, you have a hard drive like this. If you have a laptop, you have something like this. And some phones have very small memory card. So if that fills up, where do you store? So that's what everything goes into the cloud. That's the simplest way. I'm a multi-tenant cloud architect for security, and around the world I keep traveling and consulting. So I always get this challenge of answering what a cloud is. I would like to grab your attention. For all of those housewives, for all of the small businesses, for all of those accountants, for all of those who have not, you don't care what an IT company is. IT company is not the world. There's so many things happening in the world. For you, what a cloud means is storing anything and everything, not on your computer, not on your home, somewhere else at a safer place who can take care of it. When you're using Facebook, you're using cloud. When you're using Instagram, you're using cloud. When you're using Gmail, you're using cloud. You remember you wanted to load Office on your software, on your laptop, and now you're using it online. That's the cloud. Thank you so much for giving me a chance. I hope to join your club and be here back again.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Giri.
Overall summary, Giri. Thank you so much. May I now request Toastmaster Emulate to please share your feedback? Our counter for today.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer. I really enjoyed the meeting, and I liked the way it began with the mission of the club and then the Toastmasters promise, because most of the time, Toastmasters forget about the promise they made when they joined Toastmasters. So a reminder in every meeting is very important. I also liked the speeches that are so edifying and so educative. And the table topic speaker, the evaluation, I felt it was great. It was a moment for teaching everyone what we should do. So thank you so much, and more so because it was coming from a champion. Thank you, and I look forward to joining you again.
Thank you so much. Now, before I call upon the next person, I want everyone to give away the red hearts because he has been asking for everyone to this. So I would like to request Toastmaster Faisal to please share your feedback. So you have so many hearts here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a great evening, absolutely, and connecting with people from around the globe. I think that's a golden chance for all of us. Since that pandemic started, I personally learned a lot because Toastmaster is a place where you can learn. Previously, we were learning from till district, and we see people, let's say once a year when there is a contest. But now it's every day it's a contest. Whenever you have time, even on the go, you can just plug in and then you can